So today's topic is what was supposed to. Let me check. I will share my screen. Weights in selenium. Okay. Oh, no. You guys can see my screen.
Sir,
Okay. So why we use weights and what are weights? Anybody have any idea about this? Guys, make this session interactive. Don't be like this. I am coming and delivering and going. Right? If this session is interactive, you can grab more than that whatever I want to deliver, right? Your question will force me to answer some new topics also. So that's why if this session will be interactive, then it will be more beneficial to you. So anybody have any idea about weights? What are the weights in selenium, and why the selenium guys came with this new feature in selenium WebDriver?
to match hello
Yes.
to match the speed of Selenium script with the browser speed.
Browser speed.
We use weights for to match with Selenium speed with browser speed.
Guys, I
So, one then I don't know about the Selenium, but weights are used for if there is a like browser delay or if there is a interaction with the hardware. So then it takes time. So we need to wait some time. That time we can use weights.
okay. I will suggest one point to you here that many people do the
Yeah,
same mistakes.
hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, weights is I think weights is used for to wait the website for a certain times.
okay. See, I want to give you a suggestion, guys. Actually, if not from my side, even I have followed sometimes. This was someone else suggestion that I am following. Half knowledge is very dangerous. Better is that you don't have that idea also, right? Because see, and this is not our fault, we just search in Google and something comes out and we collect that considering that's correct, right? But every time that's not correct, right? Or that's correct, but we are not getting what that blog actually want to say. Okay, if I give an example of this weights in selenium and I type and press on enter, then Guru 99 browser stack selenium depth, right? See, at the third position this official documentation is coming, but first and second are saying that I know more than that this official documentation. Is it possible? No. So that's why I will suggest you start learning with the official documentation, right? And this is official documentation. Now three answer I get, and one by one I will explain this first note. Okay, so here you can learn official things, right? And whatever they are writing, consider that's correct, because if they want that we understand incorrect, that's sufficient, right? Even you can give reference according to selenium official documentation, so nobody can consider you wrong, right? But here I heard one answer that that hardware and that interaction, no, that's not such case anywhere. And one of the answer was like matching the speed with the browser and the selenium. So I don't think that's anything here, right? Might be a chance you have read somewhere. That's why I said that refer the official documentation, right? So here see, if I am going to load any website website. Suppose I am loading amazon.com. See, Amazon is too fast to load. If I go to any of the website, uh, doesn't matter, it also took some time to load. Like if I go to here, search laptop and press on enter. See, now it's now the laptops loaded. It took 1 second time to load all the laptops. Like here also in Flipkart also, right? So here what I said, that sometimes your elements are not loaded properly, right? Let me see that I am recording this session. Okay, the elements are not loaded properly, but just you have redirected and the page is loaded, but page is not loaded properly, and your Selenium script starts finding the elements in the web page, right? But elements were not loaded properly, so there may be chance it will throw the exception like element not found or something else, right? So there may be chance. So what should do in that case? In that case, we should apply thread.sleep. Until we use the weights, we are not known about the Selenium weights, we were using the thread.sleep. But the what was the problem with the thread.sleep? Suppose here I give thread.sleep, right, and thread.sleep 5000. Okay, so if I am giving thread.sleep 5000, then what does it mean? My next line of code will not execute till 5 seconds. Means suppose I am launching the browser, and after launching the browser I am giving 5-second waits. I launch the browser, I redirect to flipkart.com, and then I have given 5 seconds thread.sleep, so that in these 5 seconds website will load it fully, right? But the drawback of this is that in next 5 seconds, if the Flipkart is successfully loaded in 2 seconds, then still it will wait for 5 seconds, right? So 3 seconds time will be wasted, and this will happen by applying it at one place only, right? Suppose you have applied this thread.sleep in 100 places, then 500 seconds means approximate 7 or 8 minutes will be wasted, right? So what does it mean? That script will be slow, right? And script will slow, results will slow, and our work will slow, means totally inbeneficial work for the company, right? That's why Selenium guys will came with the new feature in Selenium WebDriver, or older version, actual version I don't remember that, but it came with the Selenium WebDriver, and they said that now we have a concept of Selenium weights, right? So basically, majorly and importantly use the weights are the implicit weight and explicit weight, right? And there is another weight, fluent weight, which I am not going to cover, but I will give some idea once you will start TestNG, because this even I have never used, right? But still just part of the syllabus, so I will cover that also, fluent weight, right? But be focused on these two, okay, because in your project you are going to use this implicit and explicit weight, right here. So these guys came up with these 3 weights, right? Selenium weights, implicit, explicit, and fluent weight, right? So now what implicit weight says or explicit weight says, right? See, everybody is going to ask you what are the Selenium weights, then you will say that you will give a definition, right? And then people will simply ask what is the difference between implicit and explicit weight. Now Nowadays anybody who is going to attend Selenium interview, this is a most popular question, everybody will answer this, right? Okay, and that's not a problem, let them answer. But once you start working in your project, then 90% people will be using either implicit weight or explicit weight without knowing the drawback of the implicit weight, right? And that's a major problem with the people nowadays. Even I have seen many times people using in my project that they are using implicit weight and that's not working, and people saying that this is not working. Why? Right? Because if you don't know it deeply how it works, then you cannot use it properly. Sometime you have to use explicit weight. Now I will give some examples prepared by me uh, after well research, so that you can understand where you have to use this implicit and where you have to use explicit. Okay, and one more question, right? Once I say that this will be question, this will be question, that consider that 90% time if you are going to attend Selenium interview, this question will come to you, right? So just prepare your notes. I am not gonna write in a simple notepad. This is your responsibility. Once I say anything, as per my interview experiences and as per my work experience, I can say to you that these questions are very important. Like page object model, which I have covered last session, is really very important. This implicit and explicit weight in terms of coding practices and in terms of the interview also, this is one of the very important. Without these weights you cannot imagine any project, right? So this is one of the key point of your Selenium, right? You can see this is the heart of the Selenium. So without it you cannot use anything, right? You have to apply in all the cases. So in these some topics pay attention and make your points, right? Make your notes, because after this session watching 1 hour video is not good practice too. Okay, so here implicit and explicit weight. Now I will come to live examples, but first I will come to theoretical part, right? If you suppose this is all HTML code, HTML, and then after HTML what is there? Suppose head, and then head close, and then title. Means I'm just preparing you for the understanding here. Suppose body. Okay, just prepare body and body, and then HTML. Suppose inside this body you have some tags like div id is equal to a and that div close. Another, let me close it properly. Another, B. Okay, so these are two divs which I have. Okay, see, now understand, you have to, this is your HTML DOM, right? This is your HTML code. Once you inspect in your web page, then you get this code and you inspect your particular web element. Okay, then you get this code. Okay, I hope this is very simple to everybody now. Okay, you are getting it. What happens sometimes, this static code or this dynamic code, whatever it is, we don't know, we are not the developers, they are creating it, right? Sometimes this is already loaded. Okay, suppose in this div there is a span tag, and here in this span tag some text is written. Okay, and you want to get this text, but what happens, once you click on some button, then this text is visible, right? Then what you do, then okay, I will just put up the id and grab the text, or I will just get the span and get the text, right? I will just locate this span tag and get the text. But the problem is if this code is already visible in your HTML DOM, right, and still you are applying the getting the test, you can get this, right? You don't need to apply any code of this. I will give you an example here. See, if I get see dynamic, see, I will inspect here and I will go some, let me first inspect it, after that this, see hello world. Can you see this hello world in this web page? No, you cannot see, because that is not visible, but that's present in your web page. You can see div id is equal to finish and hello world is written in h4, right? Yeah, means the HTML code is present in your DOM, but you cannot get this until this is visible. Once I will click in this start button, then I am gonna get this here, right? This difference will help you to explain the implicit and explicit weight. Okay, so my first key point is, what is the difference between implicit and explicit weight? Implicit weight only, you can write in your words, implicit weight only waits for DOM to be available in your HTML, or you can say waits for HTML code to be available in your DOM. Okay, right? If you were applying here implicit weight, right, then your script going to fail, because you can locate this, your locator will not be incorrect, right? Let me reload it and see. I want to find hello world here, right? And let me write locator for it. id is equal to finish, or let me just h4 hello world, right? id is equal to finish, right? Inside id I am going to write XPath for it, $x tag name id is equal to finish. Okay, I have not given double slashes here, right? You can see this is present, right? But I cannot see that div here. Still it's not saying that you haven't any element, it's one element present, right? So length is 1, so one element is present. Once I clicked on that, once I am clicking on this 0, it is coming here. What does it mean? That HTML code is present. Now implicit weights will say to you this is correct. And if you want to get text from here, then what will happen? You will not get any text because that text is not present. This HTML code is present. So what you will get? You will not get any no such element exception. You will, because element is present in DOM, right? But you will not get text because it will get text from where? It will get text from this web page which is not visible, right? So HTML code will not allow it to get the text because that text is not visible. So what's the point here? Points here is that implicit wait only waits for the DOM to be available in your web page. That is present, but it will not look for the visibility of that, right? But the explicit wait have multiple conditions. I will not say that it will available for visibility also. It's up to you what case you are applying. Multiple condition with the explicit wait you can apply, like presence of element, visibility of element, and others, right? But the implicit wait you can only look for the visibility, right? I hope you got the difference. Okay, this is first difference. Other differences like implicit wait can be applied globally, and they can be applied, word is incorrect, only applied globally, right? Means if you are not applying this implicit wait globally, then there is no use of it, right? So means implicit wait is actually works globally, but explicit wait will be applied for a specific line of code. Means I know that this line of code will take time to load, so better I will provide the time to it only, right?
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Can you tell me what is the meaning of globally here?
Yes, once I will come on code, I will tell you. Okay.
Okay, okay.
And more you understand once we start working in framework, because globally means for the project, right? Project level, it I will apply and it will work for whole project. But if I will talk about that here for 5-6 line of codes, it will not more help to understand, right?
Okay, okay.
Okay. So here these are key differences. Other differences you can find out in multiple blocks, but these differences will not you will not find, right? So now quickly I will start with the uh, that implicit wait first. Okay, and then just quickly I will import packages. Okay, and I will copy code from somewhere. These 3 lines I will copy, let it close. first I will start with implicit weight. I hope these 3 lines are clear. Just set up the driver and then created the object for that, and then redirecting to flipkart.com. Quickly understand what's my task. See, I have gone to flipkart.com and then I have to search laptop, right? And these all the laptops is coming in first page. I have to get, okay, all the titles of the laptop I have to get. But see, the problem is here, it's taking time to load. Clicking and then searching laptop, right? Again, see, millisecond, because this is Flipkart, its performance is very high, right? So that's why you have to look it carefully. Click and then loading and then loaded, right? This time what's taking to load, Selenium will not wait for that. So you have to give some wait. So suppose you are using thread.slip and you are giving 10 seconds wait. Actually it loaded in single second and 9 seconds will be wasted. Selenium script will wait for those 9 seconds. But with the implicit and explicit wait, the benefit is that if your task is completed in 1 second and you have given wait of 10 seconds, then it will not wait for whole 10 seconds, right? 1 second, then it will proceed. I will quickly show you, right? But incognito mode, let me show you something. If here it is coming, okay, this pop-up is coming, right? But this pop-up is not coming with the browser, right? Means normal browser it's not coming, because I am already user of this Flipkart. The Flipkart knows that I am already user and my cookies are saved here. So Flipkart is not giving me that pop-up, but that pop-up once you launch your script, that will be coming, right? So what that in that case script will fail because you have not handled that, right? So in that case I will write first locator for it. Once I will come here and I will close this, right click and inspect and then quickly write code for closing it. Button is the tag name, right, and class is this. Quickly write locator for that. And click on that button so that we can close that, okay? And if you want to cross check the you have locator you have written is correct or not, quickly you can do this also. $x button right. So if I am here clicking on this length this index, then highlighting this one, you can see this, okay? So this means we are correct, okay? Now here after closing this, what we want to do, after closing this I have to type here laptop, right? So inspect and write locator for it. So if you are not strong in locator, still lagging with anywhere, okay? So here inspect, so keep practicing, open multiple websites, practice locators, right? So that once you start working with your dummy project, then you have to not face locators writing problem, right? Today I can explain you, if you are lagging somewhere that I am not able to write locator for it, we can help you. But once the course is finished, then we will not get that much time to explain you, right? So in that case, today's time, just open any website and start writing locators. That I have to write locator XPath CSS selector for this, let me try it, okay? If you are writing, then it's okay. Okay, now here this one, this class, okay, I have to write locator for the text box, right, which is search box. Just quickly $x, and then input was the tag name, right? Input is 6 inputs, so this much XPath is not sufficient, so I have to give some more information to it, right? The class right, so how many? Only one, it means that's unique. Okay, so here this XPath is correct, so quickly I will copy this and write here and send keys with the laptop. Driver dot find element by dot XPath, and in this field I want to send keys what? Laptop. Okay, now next, after sending keys, after typing here laptop, what I have to do? Click on this search button, right? So that it will search now. So this is your class for that. Okay, okay, and tag name is button. Quickly write $x button. Okay, is it only one button? Let me check. Yes, it is only one button, I hope, but still write sub, because I can see this here not highlighting, because this will be not tag name as button, it will be created somehow else, but let's quickly to understand. You can try it after this session. Okay, here this, so this is correct, so I have to click on here, copy this XPath and then quickly once you click on here, what other thing, suppose then click, then this is loading, and this loading I want to get all these laptops headings, right? So just click here, inspect and see, this is the class, just write for it $x, what was the tag name? Div at the rate class. See how many elements? 24. So now this time I don't want to make this unique, this element unique. Why? Because I want to get all, right, all laptops which are present in this first page. I want to get all these laptops. So I have to write a common locator which is highlighting all. So let me expand it, click on enter, 24 elements. If I am clicking on first, then highlighting first, right? Let me come, if I am highlighting second, then he highlighting second, means we have written a common locator to get all headings, right? If I am highlighting second, then it's highlighting second, right? Then what does it mean? This I have to write a common locator, and once I am highlighting this, you can see whole area is getting highlighted, right? You can see whole area, and I want to get the text from this area which is heading for the heading, right? Okay, so I want to get all the headings. Let me, I have already written the locator for it. I will just copy the locator. Okay, driver dot find element, just tell me, I want to, my task is to get all these web elements and store inside list. Which method I should use? Because see, now result is not single, now result are multiples. So which element, which I should use?
Yeah, it's use find elements.
Right, find elements, because multiple elements will be returned, right? So I am using find elements and writing locator for them. I hope everybody is getting. Okay, so I have used find elements is the here. Okay, so now after that I will just, if I am getting inside find elements, then from I have to get text from this, right? So text, first of all you are getting web elements, so store inside list web element, because you are getting multiple web elements. And what are those? Laptops list, right? So now you have to import control space and you have to import java.util package, not awt, and control this, right? So you have stored all your laptops in the list. Okay, just print them, right? So from this web element, what we want to get text. This line will be clear to all this for each loop, I hope, because there is a separate session for this. That's why array list was covered, that's why collection was covered, that's why everything, right? Now I will run this. Will it work? Can anybody say before running it? Can anybody tell, will it work? Will it get my list?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, anybody? So why we are learning the weights?
No, it's not get.
Why it will not get? Because see what happened, it, the script is complete and your laptop's name are not printed, because it took time to load this list, and in meantime list was copied empty here, right? So if you want to get the size of this list, laptops dot get size, right? Size is return what? Size will return number of elements which are in this list. I will again run it. This is previous one, right? I will close again. I will run this script. Zero. Why 0? Here laptop are 24, but the size is 0, because you have just clicked on that and you are just fulfilling in this list, right? But still once you search laptop like this, then laptops are loading and if list was copied, Selenium will not wait for that. So before that you were applying thread.sleep. Quickly I will show you. Before that we were applying thread.sleep, and here we have to apply. After clicking we have to wait, right? So let me apply thread.sleep here. Suppose I have given 5000. Okay, and here I am giving add throws declaration and then right click. Now it will work.
Yes.
Yes.
We have factors.
Flipkart.com, laptops loaded but still not printed. 5 seconds because script is slow. Now it's printed, right? So laptops were loaded but still waited for whole 5 seconds. You can check it with 20 seconds, it will be more clear. Then it will wait for 20 seconds, right? That's why we are not going to use this. So better to use implicit wait, right? So how we can apply globally means once you apply anywhere it will be applicable throughout the project, right? But in that way that should be applied. If you are applying a class that is actually separate to other project, that is not related, that is not, so means one cycle create framework, just line timeouts dot implicitly wait, right? And here you have to give wait. Suppose you have given 10, suppose we have given 20 seconds, right? And time unit dot seconds, time unit you can give of your choice, right? I am given seconds. Okay, so it will not wait for whole 20 seconds, right? It will, once it will see that the laptops are loaded, then it will start printing. Right, laptops loaded and printed here. It will not wait for 20 seconds, right? So here this is implicit wait. I hope this is clear to all.
Yeah, hello. So why it wait not 20 second? Because we give time here 20 second. Can you explain once more?
See, implicit wait says that if your script is loaded in, if your task is complete, if DOM is available in 20 seconds, right? So once I clicked and search laptop here, oh, oh sorry guys, actually by mistake I quit. Oh sorry guys, actually I quit by mistake. Here implicit wait says that if we are searching something and clicking, now DOM is not there, now DOM is present, right? So if
Yes.
your DOM is present in 5 seconds, then it will not wait for, it is applied, it is created in that way. That's why it was created actually to save your time. Okay, so it will not wait for whole 20 seconds to be completed. If your task is completed in 5 seconds, so DOM is loaded in 5 seconds, it will move forward.
Okay, so it's depend upon DOM's timing, I
Yeah,
think.
it
Okay,
depends.
understand.
Okay. Suppose it is not loaded in 20 seconds, then what? Then it is going to throw an exception, right? Element not found.
There is one situation if I open the website, okay, and I given in the explicit wait timing is 20 second, but website is still loading after 20 second. Then what will happen in this situation?
After 20 seconds, it will throw an exception that you have instructed to do it, right? That if
Okay.
this is not loaded in 20 seconds, so what people do, people normally give increase the time. That's not good practice, because suppose that was failed in 2 seconds, still it, for failing it, it has to wait for 20 seconds. So this will be decided by your team lead, your developer, that how, what the ideal time for loading it, right? So that
Yes, yes.
performance is not uh,
Good.
should not be impacted. Okay, now I'm going to explain the explicit wait. Now let me come here, copy this URL. Okay, driver.get, right? And then I have to click here. I have to click on this start button, so I have to write locator for it, button. Okay, button. driver dot find element by dot xpath button which contains text oh yeah, what's happening here? Text start, and then I want to click on that button, so my text will be loaded, right? And then I want to grab this text. I will try it with implicit wait, and once I will try same with the implicit wait, it won't be working. Then we will understand that okay, that this was the problem. Okay, here then I want to grab this text, because after clicking on here the text is present, right? So I want to grab this text. After clicking on start button, this text will be visible, and then I will try to get it. Okay, so driver dot find element by dot xpath and the due and the rate id which was finish, and then want to get text, right? And get text, I am getting text, then return format is what? String text, and I want to print this text, sysout text, right? And because that after clicking on that button was actually loading, so I have to give the implicit wait here, dot timeouts, and then implicitly wait, and suppose I am giving button is taking about 3 to 4 second time, I am giving the 10 seconds, right? And here time units dot seconds, right? And let me run this script. And here let me type so that you can understand that this line was run. Text is actually hello world, right? Okay, now button is still it's printed. See, it's printed. Button was no 10 seconds were not completed, button was not added, still it's printed because the DOM was present, which I have shown in very starting of this session, right? Because your DOM is present, because hello world is already present in your DOM, right? So that's why implicit wait is not working, that because implicit wait is actually waiting for DOM to be loaded, and DOM is already loaded, right? So what does it mean? That implicit wait only looks for the DOM to be available in your HTML, or just say that DOM to be available, right? So this is the problem here. So how to fix it? Use the explicit wait with the multiple condition, right? But that will be applied in a specific line. So here I am commenting. Okay, so for applying explicit wait, there is a class WebDriver wait, new WebDriver wait, and here you have to pass your driver, which is already same name, and time units in seconds. Suppose I am giving 20, right? And here will thread.slip work here? Anybody can say, will thread.slip work here?
No.
Why? Just think
Yes,
before,
it,
before you decide that it will work or not. Just think before that. Why it will not work? Pawan, why it will work?
Because
because it will wait whatever weight will be giving. So it doesn't depend on dome, and also it will wait for 5 seconds.
because DOM
Because we
element
force them. We will force them to wait.
thread or slip will not work because DOM element is hidden here.
Thread dot sleep is not related to that DOM or whatever, right? See, thread dot sleep said that I will not execute next line of code till 10 seconds. Thread dot sleep says this, right? So if next line of code will not execute, means here if I will apply thread dot sleep, this line will not execute till 10 seconds if I will give 10 seconds, right? So what does it mean? It will not search for your text till 10 seconds, and in 10 seconds the text will be available, right? And then it will search, then it will be available, that will work, right? And same this explicit wait will do, right?
Yes.
But it will not wait for whole 20 seconds. That's difference between that thread dot sleep and here. If you answer that same it will work, then you have, if interview next question will be coming, then what is the difference? Then you have to say it will not wait for whole 20 seconds, but thread dot sleep will complete it 20 seconds, and then it will execute next line of code. Okay, so here I know that DOM is actually present, so I have to apply visibility of that. So that condition here I wait dot until, and inside this method there is another method expected conditions. These are the syntaxes you will learn by practice. Nobody can learn in a day, right? So visibility of element located. Okay, now what is the element here? Element is actually this. Element means locator. Locator is this by dot x path and that, right? Okay, now see I have to write same locators here 2 times. That's why page object model is useful. Okay, in same page I have written 2 times, and if it would have been written in page object model, just call it, right? So that's why that's too important. Right here and right click and run this. Will it work? Hello world, hello world, right? So, but see here I have applied in specific line, means just before the line we have to use I have applied here. This class is declared here, and this will be declared only once. Okay, and this where you think that in this place we have to use, then you can apply that, right? Suppose this is working, means it was looking for the visibility of that text, visibility of that div, right? Visibility of that element it was looking. Suppose I want to use only presence of that element, expected conditions, and then presence of element located, and the locator value, and suppose locator value is the same here. Now will this time it will work? Guys, make this interactive. Now it will work. it will get text or not? Why this is so tough?
I guess yes.
Yes.
Guess this keyword actually you use that disappoints me. Why guess? Just I
It will work. It will work.
Will work.
it will look only for DOM to be present, and DOM is already present, right? So it will
Yeah.
only wait for the presence of that, right? It will not wait for the visibility also, right? So in that case, and these certain conditions are present with the WebDriver wait only, or we can say explicit wait only. Now see, the text should be printed, yeah, but it's still loading. Text is printed. Why? Text is right, but the hello world is not printed. That here that's hard coded. Okay, so because it was only looking for the presence of that DOM, right? Everything is related to DOM here. That's why it has not printed. Once the DOM is present, DOM presence is there. Okay, I will move forward. DOM visibility is there. No, I will wait. Okay, now I'll suggest you to explore it more. Now what is the actual time interval it hits? Explicit wait hits in every 500 milliseconds. What does it mean? Because this question may come. See, it means, see here, once I clicked on this button, right? Once I have clicked on this button and I was waiting for the visibility, every 500 milliseconds it was hitting this this explicit wait was hitting this page and try to get the hello words. Means in 1 second it was hitting 2 times, right? And this in time interval is actually says about the that in the fluent wait you can give your time interval, right? Means no, I want to hit in every 100 milliseconds, then you can decide your fluent wait. That we'll talk about some other time. Okay, here this was about majorly asked questions in interview and the widely used in the project. This topic was very key topic. Okay, so if you are lagging somewhere, just keep it on practice.